people are starting to try out of this, and it's a subset of this community. And by no means am I saying that this is what people in the community believe, but there's a subset of the community that is trying to normalize pedophilia.
What community is this?
Of the LGBT community. They are saying the same argument. These people were born with a preference towards children.
Oh, okay. Well, so let's clarify that for a second. I also agree. I agree with these people, by the way. The issue with that isn't that there's when you say normalize pedophilia, just so we're clear, they're not saying it's okay to have sex with kids.
Okay.
Right? Like, you get that? Okay.
No, I don't get that. So maybe I heard it. Maybe I took it the wrong way. So I'm being educated. Now I'm listening.
Yeah. So they're not saying it's okay to have sex with kids. What they're saying is that it's not okay to demonize people that have these proclivities as far as being attracted to kids. So the idea is that pedophilia is a mental health problem in the sense that this person can't help that they're attracted to kids. So instead of being demonized, these people should be getting help. Now, that's not to say that if these people get caught diddling kids, that they shouldn't be punished. They clearly should be punished because there's a victim now involved. But it's like, okay, well, if you're a person who has pedophilic thoughts, we want you to be comfortable enough to come out and go get therapy and medication and get that like taken care of before you basically explode and act on those thoughts.
Oh fuck, I just don't agree. Absolutely, that shit should be demonized. There are people who inherently want to kill people.
Sure,
right?
like what you're saying, that's a thought crime, though.
And sociopaths, and they have been demonized, rightfully so.
No. We don't demonize people for thinking about killing people. We demonize them for killing people. You can think about killing someone all you want. We don't demonize that, right? But the second you act on it, that's where the problem is, because you're talking about criminalizing thought crime.
Okay, because like I think about killing people all the time, right? Like, and I live out my fantasy through video games. Okay, I get, right. I get. Okay. So basically, what you're saying is that we should turn down the volume, right, that these people are going to receive, so that they're willing to go through the proper channels to get the proper help before they result to acting upon their feelings.
Correct. So the idea is that we don't have pedophiles actually like touching kids because we're nipping the problem in the bud before it becomes a problem.
I don't know how I feel about that, bro.
It's counterintuitive.
I got kids, right? So I look at that real different, right? Like that's tough for me, right? I don't that man never want to be like, I ain't gonna go to nobody's house and he'd be like, oh man, I just came from counseling because the other day I saw this little girl. I was just so like wanted to bang the shit out of her, and I had to go see my counselor. Like, I can't fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, but it's like, but think about that. But think about that scenario. It's like you're walking into someone. First of all, normally they wouldn't even tell you that. Okay. Yeah. You become good friends with them. You let them watch your kids. Okay, right? So like they're hiding in these shadows, and you don't know where they're at, and they're not getting help, so they're a ticking time bomb. Whereas the other situation is if they're open enough to tell you, which I'd be stunned if someone told you that. But let's say hypothetically.
But if this movement is successful, people will be to that point where people will talk about their mental health issues. People talk about being bipolar. People talk about all the other things. This will be another thing in the lexicon of mental health that people will just talk about.
Right. Which is like there's a lot about like it's so funny how we're this what we think is an evolved species, and there's just so much we were having a hard time grappling with. There's so much, and mainly about the mind. Like we've learned so much about the body and how it works and how it functions, and we're curing this and curing that and fixing, but the mind is still such a crazy thing for us to wrap our brains around, because we can't really see its faults physically. It's something that has to be evaluated on a psychological level. So it's like, we have a hard time being like, oh yeah, like this person has depression. Like, no, this person ain't depressed, bitch. You just sad. Like, we the way we talk about these things is like starting to evolve because we're starting to understand that depression isn't just sadness. It's like it's a mental health problem. Epilepsy isn't the devil inside of you. You like you're not possessed by the devil. You're having seizures. Like we need to help you. Like so when we get to something that's so taboo, which is pedophilia, which is a great topic. I'm glad you brought up. Because it's this is very fringe stuff, and a lot of people aren't going to get it. Like I'm not even mad at you to be like, oh man, I'm not feeling that, bro, because it's so fringe right now, and it's something that because the way we've been both been raised the last however age we are, like this is like crazy talk, you know. But
It is, bro. I would tell you, it's. Look, man. I have an expression, and I really live by this. Right? Either you're green and growing, or you're ripe and rotten.
mm,
Right? And I try to
love it.
stay green. I try to stay green and growing. And this is a new sprout for me. This is hard. Like it's hard to even wrap my head around this to try to understand the perspective
Yeah.
of it because I'll be honest with you, the simple idea that you say you have those thoughts makes me want to physically hurt you.
Right. Right. I feel you.
Right? It is.